What's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of The Take On with myself, Flex, Mr. Danny Murphy, and Anton Ferdinand. What are you saying? Big smile on your face, almost like you're still in the FA Cup, mate.
We're not in the FA Cup.
See, there's got a few injuries, mate. Can't even beat Bristol.
Yeah, we got beat last night, and we didn't deserve to win. They were aggressive, more on the front foot than us, and we had nothing. We didn't respond with anything. We had players that, and the most disappointing thing for me personally was the fact that we had players that think that they should be playing, and players that have been vocal and have probably been knocking the manager's door to play, and they get an opportunity and don't take it with both hands.
The only problem with that sometimes, and you know what it's like, you're desperate to play and you get given a game, which is a tough one away at Bristol City.
Of course it is tough.
And you're expected to come in and play well and be sharp and all those things when actually you've hardly played any minutes. So it's a difficult one.
I get that, but sometimes them type of games,
you got to show it. Yeah.
You just got to stand up and be counted for, because sometimes that's enough. Because the manager knows you've got something because you're in the squad, and you're in and around the squad. However, in a game like that, that's feisty, tackles are flying in left, right, and centre. If you're standing up to be counted, the manager's looking at you going, right, I can trust this guy.
I was a bit disappointed. Moyes is great. What a guy, and he's done wonders at West Ham. Let's be fair about it. I'm not one of his critics at all. I think he's punched above his weight in many ways. Yep. But I was surprised that he threw in the old VAR excuse when actually you've had two games to play against the Championship side. I know the tackle was out of order. The one on Ings I'm talking about was a naughty tackle. Yeah. And if there was VAR, he would have gone. But you know there's no VAR. So that's why he did the tackle, because that follows through one. We've all done it. Yeah. You just get away with it. It looks like you've won the ball. Yeah. So, but for him to actually, what he'd been better saying for me, and probably maybe he's wise enough. He probably regrets it now, but he'd have been better saying, some of those lads who've been knocking on my door, show me enough. Yeah. You know what I mean? Send a message to the squad, innit? Yeah. You know, like when you've had a disappointing day. But anyway, I think there's a few disgruntled West Ham fans going out the League Cup the way you did, and then going out the FA Cup. But 6 in the Prem and still in the Europa. I mean,
but I think now is where the test will start.
It's going to be hard.
Yeah, it's going to be hard that have happened.
You look happy saying that?
I'm not happy. No, I want to see you come through, mate. You're my friend. I want you to be happy.
No, it's going to be hard over the next month, this period now is going to be tough. 5 key players out is going to be hard. I think as long as we try and pick up as many points as possible in this period, whether that be draws, getting points and staying within touching distance, I think when the big guns come back, I think we'll be all right.
Let's move it on. United and Spurs draw at Old Trafford, but who impressed most? I'll kick off with this in terms of my reaction to it. I argued with quite a few Man United fans, actually. Me and KG were arguing, we still are, because I came out the stadium for our reaction where we record our videos and that. And I
said, KG Tottenham or Man U?
He's Man United.
Oh, okay.
I said, I'm not having that. I said, I don't like that. That was poor, mate. That was poor. About 8 of their players missing, mate, and they just played us off the park for large parts. If they had better players there, we would have got absolutely dismantled. And he was like, "Oh, what, are you mad at that? No, I've got a draw." And I'm like, "No, I'm not having it. That's poor." No Kulusevski, no Son, no Maddison, no Sarr, no Bissouma. Mickey van der Ven just come back from injury. Romero just come back. Timo Werner just bloody got off the plane from Leipzig, who's crap. Like, Højbjerg and Skip were playing. And I looked at that Spurs team and the rotations that they had with my own eyes, because it's not until you see it properly. I didn't go to the away game earlier in the season. So this was my first time seeing them live. And the rotations, Udogie going high and narrow into midfield. The same with Pedro Porro, Rashford not knowing what to do. I just didn't like it. And I looked at my team just waiting for a counter.
It looked like one team really well coached and one team not.
Absolutely.
And you make some great points about the absentees. Some United fans aren't seeing that. I know they've got a couple missing themselves, but not to the level of that. No. If Tottenham had the firepower back, Maddison, Son and Kulusevski, they'd have won the game.
Even if just one of those played, they'd have
won the game. They were comfortable. Yeah. The patterns of play you talk about. Tottenham are on a really good trajectory. You can see what they're trying to do, and it might be high risk and it might be a little bit too adventurous at times against the best teams. We'll have to wait and see, but it looks good. And when you,
as a fan, all you want to see is identity. You want to see what's being tried to be done. Yeah. And Tottenham have that in abundance. Yeah, they have it in abundance.
I looked at that, and I'll hold my hands up. Look, I do give it a bit, obviously, because what I do is I'm that type of fan. I like winding up opposition fans, but sometimes you have to step back and go, with what they're building, that's what you want to see from the early stages. Now, where you do have to be careful a little bit, and this is the Roy Keane side of it, he's like, yeah, well, mate,
No, you get that.
Game. They ain't done nothing yet. Like, it's not the end of the season yet. Man United in their first season under their first new manager, first new manager, Ten Hag, finished third, won a trophy, mate. Will Spurs finish third and win a trophy this season? I don't know.
I get what Roy is saying. I get what Roy is saying. I get it. Like, calm down. I get it. But I'm talking from a fan's perspective.
Yeah.
Seeing a pattern of play, seeing an identity from your team, which they haven't seen for years, by the way. They haven't seen it. With all the new managers that come, they haven't seen an identity since probably Pochettino. Yeah? That's going to get them excited.
Absolutely.
And they're playing the way that they love to see football being played as well.
Yeah, I agree.
And every one of us would like our team to play that a similar way. Front foot, aggressive, attack. We'd love it.
Got to be trophies at the end of it, though. Spurs need that.
And to a degree, yeah. I think what was disconcerting, there were some positives from Man U, and Højlund scoring again.
Yeah.
You know, the Martinez and Casemiro back on the bench. That's got to be positive. Rashford and Garnacho looking a bit more at. Well, Garnacho's been at it for a while. To be fair, it was a good battle.
Apart from the goal, I was a bit disappointed. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but at least he was
worked hard though, didn't he?
Yeah, he was at it more.
Not the whole game.
But okay, well let's leave that. I need to bring up.
Go on.
We talk about identity. We talk about learning from mistakes and progressing. And it feels like digging United, because we talk about it because you're here, I know, and they're a big club, but you've got to... I got initially, a long time ago, dug out for this, but it keeps rearing its head, and I think you'll probably agree with me because of the amount of teams they do not beat in the top 6, top 8 over the last 2 seasons. If you continually play Eriksen and Fernandes in a 3-man midfield, home or away against a side that's good and got legs and possession of the ball, you are going to lose games more often than not. And I do not know how a coach who's coached a team now, he's in the 2nd season, who can't get results against the other big teams, keeps doing the same thing in the middle of the park, which is the most important part on the pitch.
That's why it's called the engine room for a reason.
But the only time he's won against a big team, he's had to stick either Bruno or Eriksen wide or on the bench, and then they nick a result like they did against City. Even that was a dodgy decision, but still got a result. Do you remember Fernandes played wide?
And I think he played the offside goal one.
And he played... I think he played, was it McTominay, Casemiro, or 2 holders? Fred, probably, yeah. How can you keep making the same mistakes and expecting a different outcome?
Definition of insanity, isn't it?
Yeah, so... it's not that Eriksen and Bruno aren't good players. I've never said they're not good technical players. Eriksen's nearing the end, and Bruno's a 10.
Can't get about the pitch.
And also, I think
leaving Kobbie Mainoo by himself, and then
I was just about to say,
skip with a big, massive. You can't look at Kobbie Mainoo, mate. There's a flipping Arctic lorry through that gap.
I've never seen that.
It's ridiculous.
That goal. Sorry,
pathetic.
That goal.
One pass
was going to be my last point. You just come out second half.
Mad.
This ain't brilliant football. The centre half goes, I'm going to play through the lines because they've got 2 of their midfielders leaving that space. Easy pass. They're in the box. They're in the box. Bentancur's in the box. Did you see Fernandes and Eriksen running back?
Yeah.
Watch it back if you need to see that again.
On the back, mate.
Love it.
Honestly.
But again, this is the thing, and I think Kobbie Mainoo, who's a fantastic talent.
He is, yeah.
Fantastic talent. I think we're only seeing 60% of him because he's got to run for 2 and 3.
Absolutely.
I think
once, the young kid's going to get hung out to dry.
Once he plays, say for instance, Casemiro comes back, who's got a bit of legs, who can get around and will help in that department. Wisdom. And help in that department.
More than the legs.
I think we're going to see a Kobbie Mainoo who the glimpses we've seen with him on the ball, we're going to see more of it.
Yeah, he's good.
I think right now we're only seeing 60%. I think once he's playing with somebody who can help him in the legs department, who, like you said, has got wisdom, then we see an England player.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's got all the tools. I'm actually going to link in the fan section because I don't want to get to the end and then rush it because it's actually linked to what we're talking about now. Carnivore 2023 says, Flex kissing United's arse, defending and protecting Ten Hag as usual. When is Flex finally going to see and admit that Ten Hag is far from the manager Man United fans thought he was?
Yeah,
and if you've seen the things this is why I've been arguing with some of the people that we do shows with and stuff like that, because I'm saying, like, we can have a Ten Hag conversation. You can't, when you have a Ten Hag conversation to discuss the things he's been doing wrong, which I agree, like what you're saying, that's on him. I don't want to hear about Sir Jim Ratcliffe in that moment. I don't want to hear about the Glazers in that moment. I don't want to hear about the injuries in that moment. You can have a conversation without saying, get the manager out, he's a clown, he's a fraud, he's this, that, and the other.
Well, to be fair, let's get it right. For someone who spends time at the club and with the players and the staff and all that, you know, and the job you do, you're as pretty honest as they come.
Yeah, I try to be.
In fact, probably more critical than anyone else I've seen.
You are balanced.
Yeah.
I don't like, because one thing I don't want to do is blindly just say everything's okay, because when it's not, and I've them same things I just saw there. I don't know how Ten Hag's not seeing that. But on the flip side of that,
what are you telling me then? So what are you saying then? Let's look into the camera.
Yeah, you always try this. You
look into the camera. What are you telling me?
You don't get to tell me where to look. I look where I want to look at you.
Okay, look at me. Look at me.
Don't tell me where to look.
Look at me.
Sorry, Danny. Don't tell me where to look. What if I don't want to look at the camera? What if I look at you?
Because I want you to address the people watching.
You always do this.
Because before it was Ten Hag can't leave. He can't do this.
Yeah.
He's 2 years into his tenure.
Yeah.
There's still no
identity. Last year was lauded as doing a really good job, and this year he's had a bad season. There's many seasons where...
Let me finish.
Go on.
There's still no identity.
Yeah, correct.
Forget Jim Ratcliffe and all that.
Yeah, correct.
You as a fan, do you see him there next year? Do you want him there next year? After 2 years in the tenure, no identity.
My thing, what I've said, and I'm going to stick to that. Actually, I have changed it, actually, but now this is my new thing.
This is what I'm asking you.
No, this is what I'm saying. I'm clarifying.
Okay.
You can let me clarify, make my statement.
Camera, please.
What I'm saying is if we get to the end of the season and we don't see an upturn in anything, like Ten Hag himself has said, when we get the injuries, which was the next thing I was going to talk to you about, we have had a lot of injuries, whole back four decimated, midfielders, new signings, etc., etc. So by Ten Hag's own admission, if there is no upturn in form from now until the end of the season, with these players back that are coming back, that he says is going to help us play better, then he's going to make it a very, very easy decision for Ineos at the end of the season to say, do you know what? Actually, this is the perfect time to change it all. And when I say that, that's not, but Flex, you're letting these players, because again, people think you're forgetting about the other thing, but some of these players are crap. They've been given big contracts and they don't do anything. Yes, I'm saying Ineos, get rid of the lot. Get rid of, I know you can't do that. But I'm saying start to undo that squad. Rebuild it properly, get rid of the coaching staff, the manager, change upstairs, change the whole structure of the football club. If Ineos are going to do that, then I'm not staunchly on the, but Ten Hag needs do you know what I mean? In an ideal world, I would like him to be there still when there's a new Man United, a new structure, but he has to earn that. I can't just give that to him blindly. So that's where I stand.
Give me 5 players you build your team around.
That's what I'm saying. Rebuild the whole thing, because I'll be honest.
5 players that you got now.
Kobbie Mainoo, Martinez can stay. Rasmus Højlund can stay.
Sure.
Garnacho can stay.
Shaw's a good player.
Shaw's good when he's good, but
not fit enough.
If they wanted to go and get a new left back tomorrow and go in a different direction, I wouldn't be mad. The Rashford and Bruno situation, I give respect to Bruno for what he does and how he can impact games.
I quite like Dalot, you know. I think he's
Dalot's done well. Dalot's done well recently, but
the goalkeeper
better. Goalkeeper still not sold. Rashford, I don't know what's going on. Too many inconsistent
he just needs the right manager.
Anthony,
was that celebration for you?
No, it's for you. Talking about Jadon Sancho, he said, which we're going to get onto actually, because that is next on the agenda. We've got a few minutes left of the show. The producer in the group, love the third question. You know, Flex is going to listen. I'm not doing this Sancho thing anymore, but this is what the question is. Maybe I'm just going to let you two talk about it. Who will get the last laugh, Sancho or Ten Hag? Obviously, Anton in the group was quick to be messaging. Oh, got an assist already against bottom of the league, Damsterdad, who got 10 points. Yeah, well done. You was quick in there, weren't you?
Still got to do it, though.
Yeah, still got to do it. Lovely. Here we go. Yeah.
Still got to do it.
I think the answer to that is completely in Sancho's hands.
Yeah.
If he gets his nut down and works like a Trojan, and takes all this stuff that's happened at Man U as a motivation to show people what he's really about, then in 2 or 3, a season and a half, if he plays enough games and gets the right move or goes back there in the summer, he can be what he wants to be.
He's good enough.
Because he's got this.
He's only 23, you know.
He's got this lovely balance. He's got speed on the ball. He's calm in the final third on his passing. You know, like all the assists we've seen him over the years. He's got it in him. When he's in a confident space and he's in a team that appreciate him and players around him who support what he does, he's got the potential to be able to make people look silly who've hammered him.
Yeah.
Now,
I hope he does. I just
don't know if he will. I don't know.
I hope he does. I hope he gets his head down. I hope he works his arse off to become the Jadon Sancho that we know he can be.
I do.
I really do. You know, and just for himself. Forget me, forget everyone else. Forget everyone for himself. Because if he doesn't, he's going to look back on his career and go, yeah, I made a lot of money, but what am I known for?
Well, by going back to Dortmund, it's a chance to reset, but also, and I'm not trying to discredit him, I'm just saying, it would be like him going back to par. Like, that's where he was at before. That's the first level. We want to see him, I want to see him, no disrespect to Dortmund, I want to see him do all right at Dortmund, then kick on.
Yeah,
bigger.
so if he gets back to par, what you're saying, at least then that gives him then a fresh start of confidence where wherever he goes next,
exactly,
he can then maybe do it differently.
And maybe, you never know, if Ineos decide to get rid of... Jim Ratcliffe could literally pull rank on this. He could get to the summer and say, right, we've decided to go in a different way for Erik ten Hag. He's still a big asset. You've done well at Dortmund. I'll tell you what, we've got bloody... Unai Emery now,
that would be brilliant. That would be brilliant.
That can
Unai Emery
or whatever, you know, Zidane or whatever.
No, but that for me would be brilliant. I would absolutely love that personally.
Do you think the fans would be all right with that? If it'd have to be flying.
It'd have to be flying, and it'd have to be a whole new start. I.e., Erik ten Hag wasn't here anymore, and the whole thing's just different. Because people forget then, don't they? Like, my thing is, though, he still should have apologised. And the journalist did ask Jadon Sancho, did ask Erik ten Hag, did Sancho need to apologise to return? And Ten Hag said, yes, we have said that before, but I don't want every time to return to that. So we know that. We asked him to say sorry.
It didn't help when Ragnick come out and said, I've had no problems with him.
Oh, great, mate. The whole team was shit when you had the team. What?
I'm just saying.
Ragnick,
so I mean, that's what I mean. That's just
that wasn't helpful.
That's stupid.
But it didn't help the narrative of him being a problem.
I
think the other thing for United as well is that Garnacho doing what he's done so quickly and having the impact he's had and looking so hungry and
there's big problems and question marks about his mentality, by the way. They said it.
By the way, I think he's better on the right, by the way. He gets round people.
He's not afraid. I mean, Udogie was just a bit of a different beast.
Yeah, but he's a special.
Game by game,
yeah. But at least he kept having a go.
He don't care.
He don't go backwards.
No, don't go backwards.
He's a special one.
Positive.
And that's why maybe Sancho will have to find somewhere else, because that Garnacho's not going anywhere.
No. And he's still raw and up and coming, you know what I mean?
I like him.
To finish off, last few minutes of the show, Kevin De Bruyne obviously his cameo off the bench against Newcastle United. I mean...
Joe, before we talk about that, because we all know what... He's just so lovely, isn't he, to watch? But before we just eulogise about him, it's overlooked the finish of that pass from Oscar Bobb.
Unbelievable.
What a touch and then a little drag.
To take that, yeah.
Hey, unbelievable.
At that stage in the game.
Yeah.
Because, do you know what? I'll tell a quick story, actually. When I think it was the second winner I got Old Trafford for Liverpool, yeah?
Why?
Listen, no, it's relevant.
Top bins?
No. It's so... The commentary back then, it was always Tyler and Andy Gray. Stevie G's played this wonder ball last 5 minutes, 0-0. And I think about a little dink over Barthez. Let me finish.
Go on.
The commentary... All it talked about was the pass and Stevie G, right? And it was a hell of a finish. Every time I've ever seen it since, I don't get mentioned. In fact, no, this is why it's like Oscar Bobb. Not the same goal, but the same thing, because everyone was going, De Bruyne, what pass? Oh my God, De Bruyne, what? But he's not got any credit for this touch and this finish. Yeah. And I think the commentary was something like, the pass was so good, it told him how to finish it.
Oh, yeah, like it's so easy.
Martin, Andy, that's not how it worked.
Was it 2002?
It was in a white kit. Yeah, that's the one.
Here we go. Let me have a look at this.
But Oscar Bobb, this is a super young talent, by the way.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the reasons they would think Palmer, you know, like...
Maybe that's how he's gone.
Yeah, it's near the end, mate. Right near the end, you've got to go scroll.
Look, he's watched it 1,000 times. He knows exactly where it is.
Well, it was late in the game. 85, there you go.
85th minute.
Yeah, you've gone past it, you lemon.
Have I? All right, go on and let's have a look at this. Look at you. Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, so the pass is a bit like Stevie, there's De Bruyne and here's Oscar Bobb, look.
Oh, stop it.
Didn't get mentioned.
Stop it.
Look at you. You think look at you. Well, come to my old... Look at you. You're offside. Offside, aren't you?
Where's Roy Keane? There's he left me.
Bloody hell.
What's going on?
He's like Laurent Blanc.
No, to be fair, though, the ball did make your mind.
Yeah, because the ball's bouncing up as well, look. Danny, of course you got thinking from there, mate. You could have smashed it. Comparing yourself to Oscar Bobb off that.
Oh, come on.
Stevie G's put on a plate for you, mate.
More pressure at Old Trafford than St James's Park. But De Bruyne is just one of these... Doesn't matter... If you hate Man City and you're a Man Utd fan or a Liverpool fan, you don't want City to do well, you can't help but watch De Bruyne and just think, wow. Talking about world class, now there is not one team in the world he doesn't get in for sure.
No chance.
There's because that's what I mean about the different levels.
But what about his hair? What's going on with that?
He just proves, right? So you see when all these players are like dyeing their hair ginger or getting all these things and not doing the business.
Dyeing their hair ginger? Who does that?
Yeah, Rashford's done it. Saka's done it. Yeah, it's like a little
gingery blonde.
Mad.
Yeah, gingery blonde. Gingery blonde.
It's not for me, that one. But
you should go Turkey and get your beard.
Yeah, no, I like it. I've dyed mine silver. But he's just little new look, no problem. New look, no problem. Same me. I am him. That's just what it is.
He could be the difference again, couldn't he?
If he wins,
he's going to be.
If he wins his fourth Premier League in a row,
I
know. I know. Wait, you know I'm going with this, right? Just to finish off.
Yeah.
Could he just supersede is it lazy to just say he supersedes Stevie Gerrard and Scholes and Lampard and he's the best midfielder ever?
I mean, is
it lazy to do that?
No,
just doing a disservice to them boys. Genuinely, if he wins this league,
I think
even being out for 4 months.
I think what he does and what he's done on a consistent basis puts him in any conversation.
100, definitely.
The only thing you'd say is that if you're looking at Champions League finals and stuff, he's been in a few games and not,
taken off in some of them, mate.
Yeah,
Stevie G never.
Well, that's the only difference, really, in terms of Stevie with the Champions League. De Bruyne has won it, but hasn't had the same impact.
No, in the Premier League.
But what De Bruyne can do in terms of opening up teams from anywhere on the pitch, it's I wouldn't say it's not been done before, but it's special to watch because he looks like he does it so effortlessly. It's so easy for him.
Like the way he passed the way he passed it into the bottom of the net.
It was like he was just training. He got just
exactly.
Just put it in there.
Do you know what I love about him? You can see there's a thought process to everything he does. He's like everything's thought out, and when he's thinking, when it's being thought out, he's actually doing it whilst you can see it ticking in his brain.
Him laughing at that,
and I think it's brilliant.
I've just found a recommended video on YouTube. You should check it out.
Left foot, watch. Left foot. Have that.
That's a great finish.
It's Danny Murphy's 44 goals for Liverpool. Oh, it's a banger. Is that against Bolton?
Leeds. Leeds.
Hey, Leeds, good.
I mean, like people want to hear us talking about my goals.
Yeah, look at you. Left foot. Yeah. He was all right. Look at you. What was your celebration?
What would you have done?
What was your celebration? Was it that or just whatever emotion comes?
Yeah, I was scoring a goals on a feed.
Do you think he was underrated?
No, I don't think so.
You was, man.
I don't think so.
You was. Yeah, you're very modest, so you won't say it, but you was.
I think I was just in a time where I was just around some amazing midfielders.
Yeah.
England squad, we've talked about it before, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Look, he's so humble. He ain't really, when this stops to record, he ain't like this, I promise you. Smash a like on the video, guys, and we'll see you on the next episode of The Take On very, very soon. Well, not very soon. Next week. Take care. Peace.
Peace.
Keep going.